A very real possibility to property management companies that the government shutdown could last into next month. So they got to come up with a plan for February 1st, which for many of us is when rent's due. News 5's Laura Wilson joins us in studio with more on this story. Laura.
Well, Greccio Housing provides affordable housing for over 1,100 people, and more than 10% of them would have run into some huge rent problems had the shutdown continued into March. But in the middle of our interview came some good news from President Trump.
Everybody's kind of walking around like, what's next?
The partial government shutdown was unnerving to more than just furloughed workers.
I know in one gentleman in particular who was probably going to start freaking out, to use, a colloquialism, about whether he was going to get kicked out.
More than 10% of Greccio Housing tenants rely on housing urban development grants to pay the rent, which, because of the government shutdown, would only be covered through the end of February.
If you've got any kind of heart, it's hard to watch other people hurting.
Thea Platt fell on hard times back in 2011 and had to turn to government assistance. She says it's been tough watching her neighbors struggle with the uncertainty of the shutdown.
I will be very relieved. It will relieve a certain amount of stress. That's just background.
And just seconds later, President Trump announcing a deal to temporarily reopen the government.
Very good.
Greccio Housing is prepared, though, if the government shuts down again, voting this week to use reserve dollars, if necessary, to cover rent for furloughed workers and HUD grant recipients.
It just adds to the sense of stability in people's homes when people are already on edge and on alert. Hopefully this temporary reprieve from the shutdown will be made permanent and we'll have a good budget going forward.
And I did reach out to the Apartment Association of Colorado, Southern Colorado that is, and I'm told a lot of other large property management companies had made similar plans to temporarily waive rent and late fees for furloughed workers. Elizabeth, back to you.